Good evening. I'll say that again in a minute here. Give you guys a minute to get on here before I start my story. Story that you're going to find very, very interesting. The story started back in November. This coming November, I guess it will be a year. So sometimes it takes a long time to put a story together. And I want to tell you about a story. Judge Elaine Kiefer out of Hemet Courthouse. Well, I met Judge Elaine Kiefer in March of this year. And I knew of her name in November of last year. November of last year, what happened was Moises Estrada came into my life through a friend. And my friend asked me, can you help out my friend? I said, sure. Let me see how I can do this. Poor guy had his cases all over the place. He lives in Orange County. His ex filed in Hemet. We went to Riverside Courthouse, and you should be able to go to any courthouse in the county of Riverside and get documents from any courthouse, except Hemet Courthouse. There's a little loophole there. You couldn't get the domestic violence reports or orders or domestic violence cases out of Hemet unless you went to Hemet. So of course, Moises never knew he had a domestic violence. But we're going to focus on Elaine Kiefer here. On November 12th, 2019, I helped him file documents for an ex parte, asking the judge to see him as soon as possible, hopefully the next day, because his ex had not been around her oldest son for a month. I think it was all three kids, but I know for a fact her oldest son had been in the custody of her drug addict friend. I shouldn't say that. I got no proof except for medical records. So if she wants to go to take me to trial, she can go ahead and we can match her medical record. So this woman provided the son to the father and told him, you need to take care of your kids, you need to get involved legally, because this woman, Amber, who's now incarcerated in prison, is out of control. So most time when you ask a judge, hey, can you see me? Can you talk to me? Because my ex, I've got proof that she's a drug addict. Usually the judge will give you an ex parte, let you come on in, because if somebody's a drug addict, they shouldn't be taking care of the kids. The kids, there should be a custody order making sure the kids are safe. So this Elaine Kiefer, the Judge Elaine Kiefer, just give us a case in March. Devastated. I was devastated because I chronologically wrote that perfectly for him. But by the time we saw her in March, she was reading it and said, oh, this thing you got going all over the place. It wasn't going all over the place. If you follow it, it was chronological. So anyway, in January, late January, she's arrested for drug smuggling. Now, I told Moises not to worry. This is a sure bet that you're going to be able to get an ex parte seeing the judge, and then you get custody of the kids. Boom, like that. Well, to my shock, Judge Elaine Kiefer once again denied the ex parte and said, we'll see you in March. So March comes around, we're all excited to see this judge who refuses to give out ex parte, or however you want to say it. I like to say ex parte. It sounds so classy, like Target. So anyway, so in March we finally see the judge who denied the drug smuggling ex, and then prior to that, the drug addict ex, right? So we see the judge, and here's the best part. This is where I'm going to do her tonight. Yeah, it sounds sexy, but it isn't. She asked Moises, how do you know that she's in jail? Moises says, well, you Google it online. And it's true. It's online. Because I did videos about it. I went to her jail out there in Imperial Valley and did videos on it. And if you just Google Amber Nicole Reyes, to this day, you'll see all my videos about Amber Nicole Reyes. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook. And the judge laughed at Moises, laughed at the poor guy, but that's not what we're here for tonight. So after I do this, I'm going to be putting it on YouTube, and it says, Judge Elaine Kiefer, please listen. And you know what? These people, when you say stuff like that, they call it a threat. It's not a threat. I really need you to listen to this video, because you're doing Moises an injustice. Now that Amber Nicole Reyes has been convicted 2 weeks now of drug smuggling, who has to serve 3 years minus 10 months of good behavior when she was only in jail for like 5 months. I don't know how they do the math there. Elaine Kiefer is going to see that all people have to do is Google her name, and her name is going to come up. The video here is going to come up, and it's going to be public information. I discovered that 5 years ago, and I like using it as a tool, as a last resort for people who just don't want to listen. Well, the reason why you got this video is there's another case that Elaine Kiefer is involved in. And here's funny. There's a white ex-doctor. Let's just not play around. He's a doctor. He's got his second attorney involved. And the second attorney is doing what Amber Nicole Reyes do, confusing the judge, confusing the court system, loading the shit up with the first exhibit they have is my email the other day telling the real estate agent Rick Miller to back off, sit down, and contact her attorney. That's supposed to be threatening. Not his email saying that all the sheriff's or his friends in the sheriff's department's come and get me. So Elaine Kiefer, this Robert guy, and his attorney put in a list full of people. There's a very famous, very prominent broker. I'm not going to mention his name because I like the guy. If you really want, I can PM you if you want to contact me. I like the guy. He's met Ronald Reagan. I call him friend. He says I'm his friend. So they're all going to go have an ex parte. They filed for an ex parte. All right, and guess what? They got it. They got it. Elaine Kiefer will give you an ex parte over an issue about a house up for sale, right? Instead of just saying, you know, I'll see you in 3 weeks because the court is very busy. She gave white people, rich white people, an ex parte. Exactly. Isn't that amazing? But she didn't give Moises Estrada, the Hispanic-looking, American-born, Mexican heritage guy, one ex parte, two ex parte, or even after she met him, she didn't even give this guy an opportunity to have custody of his kids because his ex is in jail. It's called prison because in federal it's prison. They don't put you in a little jail. Nobody's getting in, nobody's getting out. Information's not even getting out. Information is getting in. So anyway, my point I'm making is, Judge Elaine Kiefer, there's something definitely wrong with you when you have an ex parte or T or whatever over a real estate issue, but you won't have it over issues of 3 Mexican children. They're actually Americans. They were born here in America, in California. They get Social Security, so you can't get any more American than that. Actually, I think only 1 or 2 of them do. What do you call it? They're a little disabled. There's a word for it, past ADHD. Well, anyway, their medical business is irrelevant. The point here is Moises Estrada, to this day, has been screwed by Kiefer Elaine because she won't make a decision. The grandmother had left that courtroom, Hemet Courthouse, and went down to, what do you call it, civil court here, and filed for temporary guardianship. Again, this has nothing to do with it, but CPS in Temecula, they're going to side with the grandmother who has a DUI Since 2017, she claimed, oh, I have a DUI because I was drinking and trying to get away from my boyfriend. He slashed my tires. How the hell did you get away and drive? And then the cops pulled me over, blah, blah, blah. All right, you know what? How I feel about people with DUIs. They shouldn't have their kids. I don't have a DUI. Yeah. But anyway, Elaine Kiefer. So if you're in Murrieta, in the Temecula area, and you're in the Southwest Justice Center, and you're white and you're rich, you got it made, baby. Because the ex, she's not white, she's Armenian. Did I offend anybody? It's true. Armenians aren't white. They're Middle East or something like that. So she's not going to get any respect in court. Because she's a lone wolf. She stands by herself. I tried to stand up for her, and guess what happened? Rick Miller, Mr. White Extraordinaire of Southern Riverside County, who happens to know everybody, has put me in check. I am very concerned, very scared when Riverside County Sheriff's Department, as a matter of fact, I got to go see them tomorrow, Internal Affairs, and put in a complaint to find who Rick Miller's friends are in the Riverside Sheriff's Department and notify them that if something happens to me, Rick Miller's involved and all his friends attached to him on Facebook. And this man don't even have a Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook, you're a criminal. Okay? Even all real criminals have a Facebook. But you're hiding. You're hiding. And this guy has so many different names. You don't know who he is. His real name is Richard Mark with a C Miller. But he goes by Rick Miller. If you want to email him, he's rickflies5 at gmail.com or something like that. Supposedly some kind of pilot. So he's got some serious good money doing real estate, and he gets his business from his attorney friend that he lives next to. So it's kind of like he doesn't have to work very hard to get those court cases from his attorney friends. He gets fed the work, and of course, I'm not saying that he gets have to pay her or anything like that. I doubt if they do that. They're probably just good friends. Probably share a steak or something together once a week. Talk about the kind of money he's racking in from stupid people filing for divorce. Don't file for divorce, folks. Live in the same house until one of you dies. It's not worth it at the Murrieta Southwest Justice Center. You're not going to get justice. One person's going to walk away with it all. The other person's going to get screwed. That's how it works in divorce court. So it's better if you just do it yourself. Husband and wife, you don't like each other, just just sell the house, separate everything. She wants the furniture, give her the furniture. You've had sex on it. I'm pretty sure she cheated on you on it, or he cheated on you for it. Just get rid of the furniture. Get some new furniture. Stop fighting over that load of shit that's worth $600 and you spend $60,000 on attorneys talking crap about you behind your back because you're an idiot. All right? Or you're idiots. So my attitude, folks, is this. If you get Elaine Kiefer as a judge, quickly file a complaint because you're going to get screwed. Now, don't get me wrong. You might be on the good side and get everything, and your ex is going to get screwed. But it's a 50-50 chance. You're going to roll the dice and see what happens. So far, from what I see, Elaine Kiefer likes drug addicts, drug smugglers, and likes to call men who are disabled, or laugh at men who are disabled, because she thinks you don't know what the frick you're talking about. You do know what you're talking about. Just have a problem expressing yourself, because 5 years ago, poor Moises was covered up in concrete. Nobody cares. All they care about is all the big money he got last year. They want to know how much money he got. So that way we can keep you in probate court and keep charging you and racking you up the money. And you see, probate can't make any money if they dismiss the case. Probate makes money while they keep you rich people in court, screwing with your life, extracting your cash. How do I know all this? Since I lost all my money, I'm a very happy man. They have to give me money because I paid my Social Security. What a great country we live in, huh? So anyway, enough about all the sad things in Southwest Justice Center and Murrieta Courthouse. We'll find out what happens on Friday. We'll find out if Elaine Kiefer is going to recuse herself. If Elaine Kiefer will take her medication and come to courthouse and make the right decision and side with her peers, rather than lunatic real estate agents who just want to settle the escrow so they can get their money, right? Or Elaine Kiefer, there's so much facts on you, proof on you, that you're inept, incapable of doing your job. And if you do come after me, that's fine. I've got my response ready to tell everybody who you are, what you are, and what I am and who I am. I'm just a storyteller, somebody that listens to all the problems in the area, whoever is willing to reach out and let me listen to them. And I don't jump. I mean, I've been doing this for a month on this particular case, listening to the facts, right? And hearing what people do. And by the way, don't email Rick Miller, because he'll send you an email. If you don't email Rick Miller, he'll send you an email. If you drive by his house and he recognizes you have an email, he's going to email you. Rick Miller is an emailing kind of type. Rick Miller is not very smart, because if one of his cop friends do shoot me and I'm dead, he'll probably send an email making sure everybody knows that he did it. That's the kind of Rick Miller he is. And if you want him as a real estate agent, get ready for an email. All right? Thanks, Judge Kiefer, Elaine, for making our future more prosperous and entertaining.